G'day guys, well today we've got a test day. Something I've never done before is testing brake pads. Now I read about it in one stage where race brake pads have a different compound to normal stock brake pads. So I thought, geez, I'd like to give that a test. So I rang the guys down at Link and they sent me down some Ferodo race pads. Now what I did first is obviously went out and rode the bike with the stock brake pads. Now stock on the KX250X, the brake pads are really good. The brakes are actually quite strong back and front. So I was wondering whether these pads would make a difference at all. So once I put the brake pads in, it was a major difference. I was surprised how much of a difference it was. The power in the brakes was obviously stronger, but the progression of the brake was much better as well. Like you could really feel when you lightly put the brake on, you got a real feel to the brake. Whereas if you really jam the brake on, of course they stop very quickly. So that was the first corner that I tried with the new Ferodo racing brake pads. What a difference. You can stop literally between probably 5 and 6 meters shorter than you normally have a braking zone. I braked where I normally brake and I actually had to go rev it to get to the corner. It stopped that quick and they were really nice, progressive. Straight away I noticed a difference and I thought I had to tell you straight away because I'm surprised how big a difference it is. These are a strong brake as it is, but with these brake pads, man, the braking's different and it's hard to explain why it's different, but it's so much better. Just from one go, I can notice how much better that is. So I'm gonna go do a few more laps and really test them out. So the feel with these brake pads is completely different to the stock brake pads. The stock ones are great, yeah, they're strong, but the feel on these is good because you've got a real progression. If you just want to ease them on, all you have to do is lightly pull and you get a nice feel to them, especially in the tight stuff around here. You don't have to yank to stop. You just pull the brake in a little bit, and especially with a 4-stroke, it slows it down progressively and you get a great sense of confidence on the bike. Like I said, I reckon I would have been at least 5, maybe 3 meters short of my stopping distance between my markers where I normally am with the stock brake pads. I could go 3 to 5 meters longer. Now that's a lot if you're racing on a motocross track. So I tried them out on both a motocross and an enduro track. Now I was impressed with these pads on both tracks. The brakes just are better with these brake pads in. I now know that I'm going to buy some race pads next time I get brake pads, that's for sure. Whenever I buy a new bike or when I'm changing pads over, I'm getting race pads, even though they might wear a bit quicker. Now that's something I'll come back to you with. I'm not sure on the wear of race brake pads, but certainly the feel and the stopping power and the confidence I get from these brake pads definitely would change them any day of the week. I've tried bigger rotors, braided brake lines, and that does make a difference, but it's a lot cheaper just to go and buy brake pads, some race brake pads. The Ferodo ones work really well. There might be other brands out there. I reckon give those a go as well, but I certainly recommend these Ferodo ones. They are really, really good. Now I'm only an intermediate rider or B grade rider at the best, so I'm probably like a lot of you guys out there that are riding around. Go out and do this experiment yourself. Buy a pair of race brake pads, and if you can, even get some stock new ones because these pads are pretty much brand new as well. You will notice the difference. I'd love to see your comments if you've done it before or if you've done it later on. Put down your comments and tell me whether you notice a difference like I do. We'll see you next time. Until then, hold it on!